How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. Today, I want to talk to you about a new penny stock. Now, the whole cannabis industry in general is growing pretty quickly right now. This is an industry that I think will be legalized over the coming years. I think there's a lot of people pushing for that, as a lot of people already use cannabis, or as a lot of people think that, it's not that big of a deal really to use it anymore. And there are a lot of industries that are growing quite quickly, even with it not federally legalized here in the US yet. There are REITs that are growing that are in the cannabis industry. There are different recreational sides, different recreational companies like Planet 13 that are growing. The company that I want to talk to you about today, though, is in the beverage industry, or the beverage sector within cannabis. Now, this is one that I hadn't really thought about until recently, but you can see here the global cannabis beverages market size was about 367 million in 2019, but it's projected to reach 8.5 billion by 2027 with a compounded annual growth rate of about 51%. This is coming from Fortune Business Insights. I hadn't really considered that, but a lot of companies have done quite well in the beverage space when you think about 5-Hour Energy, when you think about Monster, Rockstar, all these kinds of energy drinks, but I hadn't really considered something like this, right? A cannabis drink. The company that we're talking about today is in the cannabis drink industry, cannabis beverage industry. The name of it is BevCanna, beverage cannabis. Now, this one is an interesting one because of the fact that they produce other drinks for other companies, but they also do their own side too. They have their own brands. They've been acquiring companies pretty quickly. They've been growing different partnerships. They have an investment from the number one US cannabis beverage company too. So it's a really interesting company that I want to walk you through, kind of talk you through it. It's under the ticker BVNNF. The Canadian ticker is BEV. It's on the OTC market. It's right under $1 as of today. It's actually at 76 cents. So I want to walk you through it. Before we get started, though, if you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I really appreciate it. Please hit subscribe if you haven't done that already. There is a link down there to the Patreon in case you want to see exactly when I buy and sell different stocks. There's also a link down there to WeBull. You can deposit $100 and get a couple free stocks in the process. Now, I want to say this is a sponsored video today. I just want to make that very clear. There's a disclaimer. There's the little pop-up right when you clicked on the video. Just know, though, that I am not being told what to say. I'm not being told how to say it. I would not do a sponsorship for a company that I don't believe in. I actually have turned down a lot of these in the past just because I want to make sure that I'm bringing you guys the best content possible. So BevCanna acquired Trace Brands. Now, they have this facility here. It's about 40,000 square feet, which is big, right? That's a large facility. 30,000 feet of that is specifically for non-cannabis sector related products, right? Different water, different products that don't have CBD in them. And then 10,000 square feet are just for cannabis related products. Now, this is not an easy thing to do. With the Canadian government, it takes about 3 to 5 years to get this approved. So no matter how much money you have, if you're a competitor and you're trying to get into this space, it doesn't matter. It takes time to get through this. So in this facility, they have their own products. They have their own BevCanna products. And then they also white label for other companies. So they are expanding their own brands this year into 2021 with their Anarchist Mountain brand, with their Grove brand, Lev brand. They are going to expand this, so they're going to have their own products. It's going to be similar to like what Tattooed Chef did this year, right? Where they had been white labeling for years or making products for other companies because they own their own water source here, which I don't think I can overstate how important that is because they have their own water source here. They can make the products themselves. Other companies can slap their own labels on it, but they can also make their own products. So they've been white labeling for years. Now they're going to be making their own products and really focusing on that a little bit more. And because of how good they are at their job, they actually got Keef Brands, which is the number one U.S. cannabis beverage company, to not only have an exclusive deal with them. So Keef now gave them exclusive rights to make their Canadian products, but they also got an investment from them. So they got an investment, they got the exclusive rights, they have access to over 1,000 dispensaries and delivery services across Colorado, California, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Oklahoma, and Puerto Rico. So they are going to have kind of a back and forth relationship where BevCanna is acting as the exclusive licensee, manufacturer, and distribution partner for Keef brands in Canada, and leveraging the extensive Keef U.S. manufacturing and distribution network to access U.S. cannabis. So in addition to that, they've also acquired Natura Group. Again, that was that large production facility, but also they acquired their flagship brand Trace, which is already sold in more than 3,000 Canadian retailers. Now, in addition to that, they have Pure Therapy, which is a direct-to-consumer e-commerce company. This is in the U.S., so this gives them access to the U.S. customer base. Now, this was just announced March 4 that BevCanna appoints former PepsiCo executive as president. Ms. Pineda is a highly experienced sales, marketing, and commercial leader within the CPG sector, having held senior and executive roles at global companies such as General Mills, PepsiCo, and SC Johnson. This is something that's awesome to see from the company, being able to pull in such an experienced executive that has such a broad range of experience in some really top companies here. They just completed a $5 million capital injection that was fully subscribed at $1.50. Now, this is really crazy when you think about it, because right now, this is the US currency. This is actually Canadian. So $1.50 Canadian is actually $1.18 US. Now, they are trading at about 75 cents right now. So you're actually getting a pretty large discount compared to what institutional investors were buying or accredited investors. You're getting a discount from what it was selling at in large quantities just a couple weeks ago. So right now, the market cap is sitting around $75 million US, 95 million Canadian. Pure Therapy has a projected run rate of about 7.6 million. Trace Brands has a projected run rate of about 2.5. So right there's about 10 million. Now there's a lot more that has not been factored in. And right now, their assets are pretty high. I mean, when you think about their assets are worth about 55 to 60 million, plus they have another 5 million cash on the balance sheet. They have this revenue that's coming in. So right now they're barely selling for more than their assets, and they're growing very quickly. So honestly, I think this is a really interesting company that has a lot of growth. They are in a sector that's growing. They have large investments from some of the biggest players in the industry in the US. They also are being able to package and bring that product to Canada. So they have a lot of potential here. They're getting large investments at a premium from where it's selling at now. And just a lot of people don't know about it here in the US yet. So again, this is one that you'll want to take a look at. The ticker is BVNNF. It's on the OTC market here in the US. Definitely check this one out. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to check out my video from yesterday, I really appreciate that. Thank you for hitting the like button. Thank you for hitting subscribe. And I will see you here on the next video. Bye.